coming out? Oh
Any
yeah,
game news?
the game Ascension is coming out on July 29th, which is really interesting. Obviously, we only have a week or two until about 2 weeks until July 22nd, which is the next information or gameplay or whatever is coming out for Battlefield. So that's
They
pretty
released something
exciting.
today. EA had an EA Play thing.
Yeah, I saw that. It was, and
It
I
wasn't
didn't.
it wasn't too new. It wasn't
Yeah,
at,
I don't like when they do that.
what?
When they're like, "Oh, today is like a EA thing or a Battlefield thing," and then it's not anything really new. Like, don't. What do you?
There
What's
was
the
a
point of that?
stupid question the interviewer asked. She asked, "Can you shoot the tornadoes?"
What?
And I was like, and she works for EA. I think she's like the social media person or whatever. I think. I don't know. I'm just making a general assumption. Never 5 minutes, but it seemed like an official interview. Can you shoot? And I'm just wondering if she meant to say, "Hey, when you're in a tornado and you
Yeah.
shoot, does it affect the bullet trajectory at all? Like, if you shoot into it, could the bullet essentially curve around the outer and then escape?" And then, how, I don't know, comets do around Earth and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be a good question to ask instead of,
Yeah.
can you shoot the tornado? Who let her in here?
Yeah.
Who let her in here?
Are you sure
Were
she
these
has
questions? Yeah, were these questions approved beforehand, or is she just up there winging it?
What did he say? Like, what was his response?
He said, "Yeah, you can shoot into the tornadoes. Yeah, you can shoot all you want." No, I'm like, I know I can shoot into the tornado.
I guarantee you, in his head, he was like, "What the fuck was that?" I know for a fact.
It's just he did say one cool thing. He said there's been a few times where the tornado has, like, in their playtesting, has saved a player because, like, they'll be outnumbered. It'll be like 4 or 5 guys surrounding one, and then the tornado will just pick up the other team and take them away. I was just the idea of that. I don't know if he said that just to, like, boast about his game, but I was like, that would be pretty cool if it just touched down exactly where they are, and they're a good distance away from you, but and it just picks them all up.
See them all go up. You're like,
yeah, and
I guess I'm safe now.
I don't. And he did mention something with the trees. If the trees start bending more than normal, then he was like, "It's time for you to get inside. It's time for you to run." I'm like, "That's pretty cool." I was like, "Okay, so there's not just like the glitchy, like the lights and all that other stuff like it's coming in." So, and then I'm wondering if, like, what happens if you don't have the paraglider and you get picked up by the tornado? Do you die? Do you die instant, or do you go? Is there going to be everybody is still alive in there?
You have a parachute.
I know, but what if you hit something? What if you hit if you hit a building? Does that cause? Can players smack into each other? Could I get, if I'm really close to someone and it lifts both of us up? Can I engage in hand to hand? Like, could I melee kill them?
I don't know about that.
Can I still shoot, or am I in the? My hands are just out of control all of a sudden. That's what I'm wondering. If you're floating and you can, like,
imagine if the tornado takes your gun, you're like,
that was my special loadout.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. That would be crazy.
That's what I'm wondering if those things.
Because I remember in the gameplay when you're next to the tornado, you go into an animation where your hand is up and, like, kind of blocking the wind.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like the hand thing. That's what I'm wondering, because, like, how long do you, if you get sucked up, how long are you sucked up until, like, it ejects you?
I'm guessing you could probably, as a kind of like a balancing. I'm guessing what they allow you to do is you could probably choose to just kind of ride it, like it picks you up and then you just parachute down. You can just kind of parachute in, or you can like wait till you get enough spin and then you can probably just exit out of it.
I'm wondering.
Because that'd be dumb if you couldn't. Like people are like, okay, I have to wait till I land, and it's gonna take a few seconds, like that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, but what happened? Like, has anyone in real life went into a tornado with, like, a parachute on?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work because just the debris would cut up the tornado or the parachute.
Well, I know, yeah, but, like, and obviously they're gonna probably die, but that would be interesting because I don't know, because obviously the other debris would kill a normal human being instantly. So I'm wondering if those big like light poles and street signs and everything, building pieces of the building get caught up in all that. And then I wonder if part of the buildings is the tornado going to hit inside destructible areas? So then if a building can be demolished with tanks and whatever, is that tornado going to demolish the building
Yeah,
too?
probably. I wouldn't, because like I said, because it's also because they said that the tornadoes and the storm, because it's all dynamic, so it takes random, it spawns randomly, it takes random spots, like it'll just kind of go. It's really crazy because the storms, they're kind of the storms have their own kind of AI system, because like sometimes it just won't even happen. And that's what's crazy.
Curious. I'm curious.
That's what I know, man. That whole tornado shit. You're just like, dude. There's so many. Like the previous one where he's interview where he was saying that he was on the map with, I think it's called, no, it's not called Hourglass. It's the map with the rocket. He said he was running in the field on the other side of the rocket, and there was a sniper he saw to his right, but there was a tornado, and the tornado picked up one of the transport helicopters and threw it, and it landed on the sniper. And I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? And that's the thing about Battlefield too. Is like there's so many times when I've died in Battlefield where I'm not even upset because of how I died was so fucking cool. Like I don't care. I'm like Battlefield 1 during, I think it was the beta, I think. Me and Kyle, we were playing. We were in a building. We were just hunkered down in a building, and he was support. I think I was assault. And we were in the building. We were just looking out the window, fucking destroying everyone. Because during the beta, yeah, it was the beta. During the beta, the support class had the trip mines. And so what Kyle would do is he would just put a trip mine in the stairs. So if anyone came up, they'd trigger it and they'd blow up, and it was a one hit. They would get killed, and their body would be sent flying. It was so sick. We were just up in the building, just fucking destroying everyone, like just completely destroying everyone. We got so much attention. Finally, all of a sudden, this bomber, all of a sudden, just the building just blows up. We both go flying. We're dead. And then we see this bomber had just literally just dropped all of its bombs on our building because we kept killing everyone. So they got tired of it. They're like, all right, we're getting a fucking bomber. This is what. And me and Kyle, we weren't even pissed. We each got like 10 kills. We're like, I don't even care. That was
after that,
awesome.
Yeah. Usually people get upset when they spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die.
Well, of course.
But that's going on.
That's another thing about Battlefield is what a lot of people forget is if you spawning on your teammates in battle, you have a higher chance of dying. So spawn back at your, because there's each,
like the objective or whatever.
Yeah, each team has a spawn point where the enemy team can't go. It's out of bounds for that enemy team, which makes sense.
It does make sense for balancing purposes.
Sorry, we went on a little.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. Well, that is all going to go in, so it's fine. Everybody, welcome to this week's edition of the Video Games and Nonsense podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Chase Carter. That's
Raymond Woods.
And this is where we talk about video games and what we've been playing. So, Ray, what have you been playing lately?
Just the usual. Played a little bit more ReCore.
How are you liking that?
It's good. It's for the time that it was. It's definitely a different game. The combat is, the storyline's pretty good. It's still pretty intriguing. But then the combat, it's it's really cool because you can get different upgrades and stuff like that, and then you can also customize your little mechs, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
You can customize them. Obviously, you get materials and stuff like that. The movement is pretty good. There was one cool thing that I didn't mention last time is it's just something small, but because you have a dash, and when you dash, if you're running on sand, if you dash, there'll be like a little that'll disturb the sand, which is kind of cool. It's just it's
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's like, hey, a game back then that actually did something like that.
Oh, there is one thing that brings me. I don't mean to interrupt you, but keep your train of thought for a second.
No, sorry.
And I haven't played it. I sold Assassin's Creed Valhalla a long time ago, and we have to get into the Assassin's Creed is going to go live service. Did you hear about that?
I don't know about that. Yeah, I heard about it. I was like,
I don't know. It depends. It depends on what kind of game. But anyways, the coolest thing I saw in Assassin's Creed, and I didn't tell anybody about it, is when you're walking through a field and it's like a meadow, the dude's hand comes out. Did you see that?
Yeah, his hand will come out and touch.
Yeah, his hand will come out and touch the grass, and and it was only if you were walking really slow.
Yeah.
In a meadow. I'm like, oh geez, I don't know why little things like that.
I think that happens in Ghost of Tsushima as well. Dude, you gotta. Oh my god, man.
I know the director's cut is coming out. Did you see?
Yeah,
hear?
yes, I
I
did.
know.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I know. If I need to borrow a friend's piece PS5, that's what I need to
borrow
do.
mine, sweetheart.
I need to. You said I can't borrow your PS5. I can't borrow your PS5.
No, you can't borrow. It's not mine.
I know that, so I can't borrow it. So I have to find a real friend who will let me lend them just for a month or two.
If it's not mine, if it was mine, yeah, you can borrow it. But if it's not mine,
I know, but you could
I can't
ask.
just let you borrow it.
You could ask. Asking's up. You could ask, and I have the money to replace it. Oh, you already did. See that? That's
she
fine.
thought about it. She was like, she goes, no, but I really like playing the game. I'm gonna go over there.
Okay, that's fine.
She's also playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so you understand.
No, it's understandable. I mean, I wouldn't let anyone borrow my Xbox, so I understand. I would let you borrow it. And you're my friend. I would let a person I don't know very well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was like, but some people, are friendly. And they're like, oh, no problem. That's why I never understood borrowing. I would never.
Yeah.
I would be stressed out the entire time if I let somebody borrow anything. I'm like, I'm not going to get it back in the condition I gave it to them, unless it's something I don't care about. But if it's something I enjoy, like a console, like it used to be a basketball when I played basketball, I never let anyone borrow my ball. I was like, I know this is like, oh, and speaking of basketballs, I bought a new basketball. I was excited. What's the difference?
Color.
Well,
and this right here, this one, you can tell it's it's not. I wouldn't say morphed, but it
might be the. Oh yeah. This one, but just do you see any size difference?
Yeah. I was gonna say this one's a little bit smaller.
Yes, this one's smaller. Okay, because this one I looked it up on Amazon. I typed in men's basketball, indoor basketball. Okay, and this thing came up. It was for like $55, and normally it's like 65, 70. So like 10 to 15 bucks off, whatever. Got it. It didn't have the size on Amazon because there's two sizes. This is a woman's ball, and this is a men's ball. This is the size they use in the WNBA, which I think is going to be a funny joke because women always complain about equality, yet they use a smaller ball on the same size hoop. So they have an advantage in making shots. Why don't they make more shots? That's interesting conversation. We can have that at a different day. But I get this ball, and I don't have this one readily available, and I'm sitting here for like a good 5 to 10 minutes, and I haven't touched a basketball in 6 months because the gyms have been closed. I'm like, sitting like, this isn't normal. I swear to God, it was crazy. It was, and then I was like, and then obviously the size on here is like 28.5, and I forgot that it was 29 is the size. So now I got to return it. But I know. I was upset. And then I bought Watch Dogs Legion. I got it for $20. I got the CD so I can sell it when I'm done with it. Oh, and then I want to show you. Okay, I may have gone a little overboard. I bought 10 of these. But let's see, who knows? Oh, I still want that one. So let me see if I can screen share this.
Action figures?
No, it's cooler. I bought 10 of these.
You bought 10 of them.
But see, right now they're sold out because they got released today. Mm-hmm. And then in a week, this other versions. But this thing is badass. And I'm obviously going to resell a bunch. But right now they're going for $140. They were sold for $69. And then there's this version that's still available, and no one likes it. No one likes this. I mean, it's okay, but no one likes the Goon Squad. The Goon Squad is a new thing they're doing for the new movie. So no one really has any nostalgia for this. But this one right here I woke up. I didn't know if it was at midnight. It was I stayed up till midnight. Wasn't releasing. So then I'm like, okay, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Wake up at 7, nothing. 8, nothing. 9 o'clock, yes. They slowly but this one never was available. I refreshed this thing for a good hour and a half, 2 hours. Never was available. When you go to the Microsoft website, it sends you to the Amazon one. But the Toon Squad, this one, was available on Microsoft's website. So I just ordered 10 of that. I was like, fine. I was going to order 5 of these and then 5 of the Serververse one, because that's a badass looking custom controller.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah. I'd rather have that one. Like but this nostalgia wise, I like this one, but I'd rather have that one just for resale ability. But this was never available. This was never available to click on. I was very, very, very sad. So I got 10 of those coming in. Very, very excited about that.
I know. Did you see the lime green Xbox controller?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was like, I gotta get that.
There's one I want. This one looks badass. It's Space Jam controller. This one's sweet. There's another one coming out in what is that noise? Do you hear that?
What the hell is that?
Is that your mic?
Might have been.
Okay, might have been. Oh, maybe you're
close to my beard.
I heard like.
Yeah, me too. I heard it too.
Okay, did you? There's wireless. I want the.
Get rid of all those tabs. That's probably why your PC sucks.
I have to keep this open because these are news things. I actually do research for this thing, and you don't.
What do you mean? I do research too. What?
Look at that controller.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it comes with these shoes.
What?
So you buy these shoes, and this is on the 15th.
You're not going to be able to get those. That's going to sell so fast.
It's going to sell so quick, yeah. So this shoe is like Wile E. Coyote, and this one's the Roadrunner. And the same thing.
That looks
so
cool.
Yeah, the right side of the controller is Roadrunner, and left is Wile E. So
you're going to be running with the controller in your hand.
It looks so cool. Like this is the Acme bomb. There's so many cool little details in it. I don't know. I was just why can't we just get the controller? Why can't I just buy the control? I don't understand. Why do I have to buy LeBron James' shoes, which I like anyway, which is. But I was, why can't I just get the controller?
That's cool.
I don't need shoes.
But yeah, that goes to Tsushima. When does it come out? I think August. They said. Yeah, new story, new fucking island, new weapons. I was like, what? I'm fucking foaming at the mouth here. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, August 20th. The new version of the game will feature fresh content and technical additions. The biggest one being an island of Iki, I don't know, or LKI, which is a neighboring island of Tsushima. He's going to fight the Mongols. Rumors of a Mongol presence.
And then they're also going to have
armor,
PS5 upgrade, and they're going to have the haptic feedback for the controller.
Yeah, the PS5 version of the game will also have some exclusive features, such as Japanese lip sync, haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and 3D audio. Improved load times, 4K resolution options, and targeted 60 FPS are all present too. Players who already own Ghost of Tsushima on PS4 will be able to transfer their save file to the director's cut on PS5 to play it. That's cool. There's a whole bunch. There's like 5 or 6 really good games I want to play, but I have to buy it I have to get it on a PlayStation 5. I think I'm gonna have to just buy a PlayStation 5 to play those games.
Because dude, I'm telling you, man. Because
then sell it.
No, you don't want to sell it because they got God of War, the next God of War coming out, and then Horizon Forbidden West, and there's probably going to be a Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Mm-hmm. There is. They're working on a what was it? I can't remember the name of it. I forget. Oh, dude, Dice LA is like Ripple.
Oh,
Ripple Effect now.
Yeah.
And then they're working on some new game.
Yeah, there's another new game, and then what is it called? Dead Space is getting a remake.
And I'm wondering if it's going to be co-op. I wonder if it's because I don't think EA is going to make a single player game. Only single player game. I don't know.
Crazy, man.
Because Dead Space 3 was co-op. I remember we were going to play that together, but we never did.
I know we would have to play like the first one, second, and then the second one, and then.
Well, again, yeah, because
those games are so
I forget I remember 1 more than 2. Because I remember.
Yeah, definitely.
You get that that stone relic or whatever that has like an evil presence or some weird shit like that.
No, it was it was the I think it was called the marker. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dude is so cool because the people who were like really smart, like geniuses, they would see, like the fucking marker would affect them, and they would see symbols, and it would fuck with them if I remember correctly. But because it's been a long time. But
That was
dude,
on the 360.
yeah, I'm just like, dude, those games, man, I tell you.
I don't know what about it was so different.
It was just so ominous, and of course, for me, I think what makes aliens like scarier, like xenomorphs and like necromorphs. That's what you have xenomorphs and the necromorphs, but the necromorphs were what were in uh, uh, Dead Space. Is
Mhm.
they would infect humans, and then the humans would become the aliens. And for me, that is the scariest for me because that can happen to, like, say, like that was real life, and like that happened to your sibling, like your mother, your father, and like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
So
that's
in
like the
your
most horrifying.
imagination,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
in your
like the most
imagination, you're seeing them.
horrifying. Yeah, like the most horrifying. And like another thing too for me in Dead Space, it looked like they were still there's like still part of a human in there, and like
Hmm.
they were suffering
Oh, okay, yeah.
as and you're like, oh god, oh god, there's still part of them there, and it's just fuck, like that's just that's wrong. That's
Well, yeah,
wrong.
the game was really. I just want like the slow paced, the HUD-less design.
Yeah.
All the information was on your back. The action was slow, methodical, and then it ramped up. Um,
And then the ways
like
that you
where
would
you can shoot,
die.
and yeah, the ways you can die. Each animation, like each time, was different, and so dying was kind of cool. It didn't annoy you. Depending on the amount of times you tried to get past a part. But then the different enemies, you'd have to take off certain limbs.
Yeah.
It was really really cool. Have you seen? Oh, speaking of Alien, have you seen the Tomorrow War?
Yes, I saw that. I liked it. Like it was kind of
I liked it
predictable,
too. It was
but it was
fun.
good. It was good. It was
It
like
was
I
it was
love how aggressive the I love the creatures. The creatures are really cool.
yeah.
Really, 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 really cool. And then the acting was great. Like the fucking the crying scenes. I was like, Jesus Christ! I'm like tearing
Yeah,
up. Like that
yeah,
was good.
I got a little emotional. I was stupid. I was like, why do I care about Chris Pratt and his future daughter? I don't understand.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
that one, like it looked like a comic book.
yeah, man. When she was falling and then all this,
Yeah,
I was like,
they had
oh,
like it looked like one of Zack Snyder's like Justice League.
yeah, yeah.
Like
He's
it
just
was like
trying
they
to get her.
hired him just for that
Just
one shot.
yeah.
Zach, could you do this
And
please?
then when he went back and he walked into his house and he saw his daughter and she was like, "Hey, Daddy, we made this. I knew you were gonna come back." And he's just looking at her and he just grabs her by the face, just like,
Yeah,
"Good,
it was
okay,
like I had a hypothetical daughter in my head, and
yeah,
she's her, and I came back, and then like how he was shaking when he was holding
yeah, yeah." He was,
his wife's arm or whatever,
yeah,
and
like
she
just,
realized she was happy, and then she realizes,
yeah.
oh, this
Something's wrong.
isn't,
Something,
yeah,
dude.
this
Like,
isn't really,
and that's what I love. Like little subtle things like that, like
yeah,
just shaking like that, or like it was like the movie Arrival with Jeremy Renner and Amy Adams.
hmm,
Like when she was like the first time they were about to, when they were getting all suited up, when the first time they were about to go on a ship and it shows her, she's like holding her hand, it shows her she's shaking, and I'm like, yes, man, that right there, that just adds more of that, like that fear level, like that
that
level
yeah,
of fear.
the human connection, like like if this was real, this is how these characters would
Yeah,
act.
this is, yeah, exactly. Or then like of course, have you seen the movie The Mist? I'm pretty sure you have.
I don't think so,
It's with
actually.
it's based off of a um oh my god,
Is it a book?
it's
Like
yeah,
Stephen King book?
Stephen King book. But basically, it's this mist that comes into this town, and there's these people. It's Thomas Jane is in it, the one who does the Punisher, the first Punisher, my
Oh,
favorite.
okay,
Yeah, he's in
my
it.
favorite.
But he's in it, and then a bunch of characters are in it from that were in The Walking Dead, like the blonde chick, the blonde woman who had sex with Shane while they were in the car.
Okay,
Andrea,
I
I
think I
think that was
remember
her
her.
name.
Yeah,
Andrea, yeah.
it's been a long
Her
time since I watched that.
and then I can't remember his name, but and then was he in it? No, he was in Shawshank Redemption. Anyways, um, and then the what was her name? Was it Claire? No, the one who I can't remember.
What was the movie about?
So yeah, sorry. I know my
I
dad.
like how you're going down your fucking, you're
Jesus
in your
Christ.
mind palace, just going through. Oh, this actor, this. What was the movie
But
about?
yeah, sorry. So Thomas Jane, him and his wife, there's like a huge storm, and then the next day they see this mist coming across like their lake. I can't remember what the actual state it is in. But then he goes to get some because there's some problems at his house. There's like a tree went through, so he goes to the store, and this is a convenience store, and the mist comes in, and these creatures are in the mist. So basically, what had
Mm-hmm.
happened was there was like a military experiment because there's a military base, and they had the story is they found out there was other dimensions, and so they tried to open a door, but they failed, and like they opened up a window, and that dimension came spilling into ours.
Oh, okay,
Dude,
that's kind of cool.
okay, so but the reason the point of that,
Why does Stephen
so
King write so many good stories? I don't
dude, I'm
understand.
telling you, but so that movie, okay, you have to watch that movie, okay. The reason why I tell you that is because that movie is the best, not one of the best movie I have ever seen portray fear if something like that were to ever happen. The best movie,
Okay,
because
okay, I'll watch it.
there's also like a religious woman who starts going crazy, and she starts, okay, dude, I'm telling you, it's just it's
Well, I'll watch it. You sold me. Don't tell me too much more about it because I already
no,
know.
yeah, that's
I'm
fine,
sure
but
like
it's just
the dimension thing was like a big plot twist.
well,
I'm guessing.
not really, because you're smart. You would have gotten it. You'd be like, okay, it's probably creatures from
Well,
another.
Stephen King, yeah, the aliens. But
Yeah,
I do like the Tomorrow War. When they first showed them going back in time, I don't know why they get sucked up into
it's probably just gravitational pull.
but you reminded me of Doc Brown saying when Marty says heavy. Is there something wrong with the Earth's gravitational
Yeah,
pull? Well, why is everything
yeah.
so heavy? No, I'm just saying like they didn't explain like time. They didn't explain why you get sucked up. I get like your atoms. Yeah, they have to like basically like
Materialize.
take you apart and then send you back. And that but the effect was cool. How it just and then the fear, like the people up front got taken first,
And
and then the people
screaming.
yeah, like, ah! And I was like, and then everybody else has to stand there in place. I liked how the people that they sent back hadn't been born yet, so they couldn't affect time. But even then, you could still affect time just by obviously you're trying to affect time just by being there. So like
they chose people who were dead in the future.
Yeah. So So
which is really interesting. Like, oh, wow, because there's like a paradox and shit. And I'm like,
yeah. Okay. And then there was one other cool thing. When the coordinates got messed up,
yeah,
and then you start dropping.
They're falling, and they're just fucking people smacking buildings. I'm like, oh my god.
And the only people that survived were like the ones in that little pool. And I'm like, there was a lot of people that got sent.
I know, it's funny too, because in the beginning of the movie, that's how it starts. They're just people falling. Like you don't see people hitting the building. I'm like, why would you drop? Like you're gonna die. Like that
doesn't make any. Yeah, it doesn't make it. But then you're like,
okay, there was a problem. There was a problem.
I got it. I got it. And then at the beginning of the movie, before you see the aliens, I like how they kind of hid them for a little bit. When they were walking through the future, and then all of like the spikes were in the wall.
Yeah, you see all that. Yeah. That
everyone was like dead. There's blood. I was like, this would be a great like open world.
Yeah.
Like a shared world survival kind of game.
Yeah, but like have it to where like you in the game you actually are sent into the future. Like however, like you're say you're in the past, and then you have to do certain things in the past, and then you're sent. And then you have to go to like this command or whatever, and then you're sent to the future. But in game, you're in the future for like just 7 days, and then you're automatically sent back. And then like you could have it to where like it would be, dude, that'd be crazy, man. Like that would be.
I just think it would be a cool, kind of like the what was it, the Dark Zone. In so you get sent into the future or whatever, and you have so much time to gather supplies and stuff.
Certainly, whatever.
and then and at the end of that time, you either die and then you lose all that stuff, or you get sucked back out. So you have to survive a certain amount of time, and it could be PvE, and then other players could form an alliance, work together, or steal other people's shit. It depends. So like that was like, oh, that would be a cool little reason why to be dropped in like that, to be like, because in my head I'm thinking, why would people, besides flying a plane over a drops, like why would in real life a whole bunch of people who are trying to fight and kill each other get into planes they're in the same planes basically, drop down on a battlefield and then fight each other. So like a storyline reason why that's going on. So I think that would be a cool thing. People are trying to you're trying to jump to the future, and everyone has little time portal jumping ability things, and you're just trying to steal stuff either for yourself or for your teammates or things like that. I thought that'd be cool.
Interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting. But it was it was, like I said, it was a little predictable, but it was great. I thought it was I thought it was really good.
The only thing I didn't predict is him fist fighting the damn alien at the end and then riding on his back. I'm like, okay, guys. He jumps on the things. Why couldn't anyone do that before? Like, you can just jump on their backs now? You can just, because he was blinded and he didn't. So I'm like, he should be way stronger. He should be way.
It was kind of cool though. He cut his fucking throat. I was like, oh, I didn't expect that part. I didn't expect that.
I loved how the alien. We're spoiling the shit out of this movie, but I loved how the alien it got the serum, and then it just bit. Like then it fucking roared again. I'm like,
that was cool. Yeah. Like, okay. And then he just shoved it in its mouth.
Yeah. But there's multiple times when you think like either Chris Pratt's gonna die, or his dad's gonna die.
Yeah, that was cool. You're like,
and then
his dad, and then
everything turned out fine. You're like, oh, the old guy's gonna sacrifice himself for his son, the estranged father. He's gonna make up. Oh, he's actually gonna meet his daughter.
No, you know what? Cool. You know what? One part that really got me, I was like, okay. It was
in a good or bad way.
No, it was in a good way. It was when they were in the ship, and that one dude who had cancer, he knew he was gonna die of cancer, and he was holding the detonator. He's like, if I'm gonna die my way, or if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die my way. And then I was like,
that badass black, like just fucking super military dude. It was just like,
I was like, oh, that was sad. Yeah, dude. And it's so funny too, because I saw that part and I was like, Danielle would lose her mind at that part. She would cry her eyes out. She's just, oh my god, he didn't die his way. Women all emotional.
Yeah, as we're getting emotional.
All emotional. We're sitting here.
All emotional. Oh, no. Why can't they have like small little tears like me and hold it in? I saw this one thing that got me emotional. It was this cute black singer on what was it? I don't know if you saw it, but it was on America's Got Talent.
I haven't seen it.
It was I saw some headline. It was like singer then causes Simon Cowell to do something that's never been done before, and like whatever. And so I guess there's some like golden pass thing they press.
Oh yeah.
To get him to go straight to the live show or whatever. And then so I guess this is the first time everyone did it together, because it's this really unassuming, really dorky little little black girl. She comes up there and she sings opera, and just like. Yeah, it
blows everyone away.
You get chills watching it. I don't understand why musical notes do that to us. I don't understand that. Like, if you're in a bad mood, you can listen to a song and then get out of that mood. So I don't understand what it is about the pitch or the tone or the emotion. But this little girl just had everyone stand up and just like bumps, and everyone's just because they didn't tell what they were gonna like they don't announce what they're going to sing.
Yeah, what they're going to sing, They just do it.
It's a surprise. And then everyone's like, and then Simon Cowell's like, we're not going to put you through, you're not going to get a yes today. And then he like talks to everybody and you can't hear what he's saying, blah, 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 blah. It's like, this is the first time, and they all put their hand together and they press like the golden ticket fucking shit. And then she starts crying. The mom comes out. They're crying together. It goes all like super slow-mo with like the glitter falling on her. And this girl's, I'm like...
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I don't know what the golden ticket means, but I know it's special. I don't know what the live show is.
Oh no, it was remember I
win
tagged
money?
you?
I don't understand.
That little Asian girl singing the fucking national anthem.
Oh,
dude. I was like, oh,
I don't know what it is about that first chorus, man. That first verse or the verse. The first verse is just.
I know. And then you hear that, okay, and then you look and you see. Now, I mean, obviously not in that particular moment, but you hear that and you're like, oh my gosh, man! Like you get reminded of how powerful, America and where we came from and our freedom and all that. And then you look and you see people kneeling for it. Yeah, you're like,
But that's what's great about what like the freedom and all of that stuff is because we like our country doesn't force people to do
I know,
anything, and that's what's so great about it. And if they
other
want to kneel,
countries,
if
other
they want to,
countries, you'd probably be shot.
oh, you'd be put in jail until you start acting right,
Yeah, exactly.
correctly. But and that's what's so great about that. But that's what also infuriates people who stand up for the national anthem. And it's not people who say, "Oh, they should be forced." I'm like, "Shut up, shut up." No.
They should be forced. No, that's
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
thing
It's like
about freedom.
they should be criticized for it. If you want to criticize them for it, you can. If you don't want to, but I was just like that raw emotion that for some reason I feel like when someone hits a national anthem right, when they hit like a song right or an emotion, it's just I don't understand where that comes from. And I get the national anthem because I'm fortunate. I'm not. I wouldn't say prideful to be an American because I didn't choose to be an American, but I'm thankful and I'm proud of like the people like I don't know my ancestors who I don't know came over here on a boat or everyone came over here on a boat pretty much and just like made this country what it is.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like I have that kind of even though I didn't do anything, I just I'm prideful, I guess. I don't know about pride.
It's okay to have. There's a difference between being prideful and having pride in your country and your flag. It's okay. You can do that. It's okay.
Well, no, like because like pride, like for me, I would say pride is something that I accomplished. Like, yeah, I'm happy. If it's something, I don't know, I got a certain grade in school or did a good job at work or whatever. I'm prideful of that. But like being prideful of just like coming from a lineage, I don't know. That never really made sense to me.
Are you okay? Let me ask you this: are you proud of what Corey does?
Yeah, I would say like, but I wouldn't. I don't brag about. Not brag about it, but I don't like what does she do? It's like, oh, she's a dental hygienist. She's like really smart and all, but I'm not like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I would say yeah.
Now take that. Now, are you proud of what our founding fathers did, who ended slavery and literally gave their lives? Are you proud of what they did because they fought for an actually good reason? They literally gave their lives. You're proud of what they did?
Well, yeah. Like I'm like it's. I don't know, but I don't know, to be prideful to be an American. I have that, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what the right word is. I don't know if pride for me is the word I would use, even though I do have pride. But I don't know. It's a weird thing because I didn't do anything to, I don't know. I guess I'm playing my own like little special part in it. I don't know.
I mean, you did join the military, and look, I understand we didn't specifically fight in combat or anything.
Yeah, like see, and that's the and that these are like
still did serve though.
Yeah. The levels, the levels.
There is a sacrifice. There is a certain amount of sacrifice for anyone who joins the military.
Yeah. It's just a weird, like it's a weird, maybe because I don't give myself credit for like anything that I do. That could also be the reason, but I don't know. It's just weird.
You should probably start doing that. But I still think it's funny. Like I don't think I ever told you this, but when we talked about this before, but when you told me that when you first got out of basic training, I think it was, and then you talked to your dad, you started crying uncontrollably. I never told you that. I teared up a little bit. I was like,
it was weird. It was like I didn't talk to, it was just boot camp. Because you don't talk to anybody for 3 months.
Really, yeah.
The entire time, I did not miss my family. I did not.
Like, yeah, I'm fine, perfectly fine.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. And then I heard my dad's voice, and it was like he died and came back to life. Like it was real weird. I started crying, and I was like, "What am I?" I was like, apparently, I was going through something emotional in my subconscious that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I was going through. And I got to write to my mom and my dad, and like at the end of every week or whatever. And then they would write me. My mom would write me. My dad, I think, wrote me like 1 or 2 letters. But my mom would write me every damn week.
Yeah, of course.
And it was just interesting. She sent me sports newspaper newspaper articles because the NBA Finals was going on and I missed it.
That was nice for.
Yeah,
Cool.
but and then the RDCs got a hold of it and because they open up the letters and all that, and a few got through because she buried it inside the letters, and so they didn't like open it up and read the letters, like, okay, what's in it? Okay, just paper, whatever, because they didn't want any news articles. But then she started sending so many newspaper articles that they saw it. Like, you can't get this as news. I was like, it's sports news.
Yeah,
it's not news. It's not. I want to know if LeBron James beat I was like the Warriors in the finals at the time, and then it took me like a month and a half after it happened to find out. Some other RDC told me. I was asking everybody in that goddamn place. I was like, look, I'm a huge basketball fan. The Warriors were up, like 3 games to 1 or whatever when I left. I was like, I want to know what happened. And then she was like, oh, LeBron James came through in the clutch. And he was like, I'm from Ohio. I was excited. And she was all like, dancing around and being all happy. And I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you very much, lady. Thanks. One normal person in this goddamn place.
Yeah, I know.
Understands.
That reminds me, actually, when I was in basic training, this one of our guys, he got this package in the mail. And I remember we were all in the CTA. We were all just sitting down, and we had gotten mail that time. And I think we were almost done. But, this rule still applied, and he had gotten this package, and, dude, he opened it, and he goes, I remember seeing his face. Like, we didn't see what was in there. He just looks, he looks at our drill sergeant, what is it? What is in it? What's in it? What's in it? And he takes them out, and it was like hot Cheetos. It was like a bunch of fucking candy. And he looked at drill sergeant, he was like, our buddy, he's like, drill sergeant, I didn't ask for any of this. My mom just sent this to me.
Like, he's going to get in trouble for something.
Yeah. And he goes, and our drill sergeant, he stares at him and goes, you better fucking stomp on that shit. And he's like, he looks at him and goes, private, fucking stomp on him. So he sets it on, he's like right away. I was like, yeah. And I just see hot Cheetos and all this. We're all just, we haven't had anything like that.
Why couldn't you just share it with why do you have to destroy it?
Oh man, I know that shit was funny. That was really funny.
Drill sergeant, stomp it. Well, hold on a second. I like the Cool Ranch. I like the.
Yeah, that would have been funny if he did that shit and like.
Yeah.
Hold on. It just Cool Ranch. Okay. Just starts to eat them in front of us.
Stomp on it, eat it while he's stomp it. Yeah, I don't like fiery. I don't like hot shit. I don't like spicy stuff. There's so many funny things they could do, like just.
Oh yeah, just fuck with us.
Besides the schedule that they have to keep in order to like watch over the entire division, that would be so fun to just mess with young kids all day long.
But then they also say that like as a drill sergeant, like they say that in the Army that's one of the worst jobs to have, because especially if you have a family, they're like you get really no.
Okay, because your schedule's ridiculous.
You just done. I'm like,
because if you think about it, we had 3 people. Well, how many drill sergeants did you have?
Oh,
your division?
We had at first I think we had either 2 or 3, and then I think we got 1 extra one.
Yeah, on ours it was 3. Mm-hmm. It was 1 chief and then 2 petty officers, and they would just rotate. And a lot of times, like all 3 of them were there. And so I don't know. I was like, do you guys go like home? Like one, but besides at night, but the people at the person who watches us at night, they were on
24-hour duty.
Well, yeah, they were on duty, but not in not in our area or whatever. They were downstairs at some other like watch or whatever. I was like, like, do they have their own little area or like their little like, I don't know, lounge area, or like, I was like, what? Where do they go when they leave here? Because we were only on that floor. I was like, where do they go? This is like a 7-story building. I want to know what exactly, or like a 4. I think it was like 4 or 5. I was like, where do they go? I want to see where your like living space is. I don't know why. I was just curious.
It was really cool too, because our senior drill sergeant, he like I said this multiple times, but any one of us would have charged into fucking combat into the worst conditions possible if he was fucking with us. I'm not even kidding. But I remember there would be a couple times when he would tell us like, hey, look, he would, it would be like because we would have an hour to ourselves before, bed down, and he would have us all toe the line. He'd be like, look, listen. He goes, tonight is one of the nights that I can go home and spend some time with my family. He goes, so please don't do anything stupid, because if our platoon fucked up, he would have to be called in. And he's like, please don't do anything stupid so I can spend some time with my family. And every single time he asked us, we were at our best behavior because we know he would literally kill us all if he didn't get if he had we fucked up. We had to get called back. If he was just, I could just see his face.
You motherfuckers.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be here.
I do want to share this funny PlayStation story with you.
Oh, do you?
I did. Where? Okay, I want to show you a picture here and see if you notice anything weird. I'm trying to find it. Now I can't find it anywhere. Where is it? Ah, there you go. Well, I want it to get it all set up. So when you look at it.
You got your mom set up.
Do you notice anything? This is a Sony PlayStation advertisement. This is on Twitter. Do you see this PlayStation right here?
Yeah.
Do you notice anything weird about it?
I mean, it looks a little different.
Why does it look different?
The little where the CD tray. It's not a tray. Injector, whatever. It's coming over the face of it a little bit more.
Well, no, it's upside down.
Oh.
That's what, because you probably have yours vertical.
Well, actually, Danielle, she got the digital version of it.
Oh, so you don't even, okay, so you're not even used to seeing this shit. Okay. Yeah, it's supposed to be, and I guess they delete, this is a whole advertisement, a commercial that they shot. Like they're playing this video game, and they could be, because this could be the digital copy of the game. It's whatever. But if you can imagine, at Sony, you get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
To know your shit about the console you're selling. I wonder if this is a third party person. But if you don't know which way the console goes, you shouldn't be allowed to shoot a commercial about the video game console. That should be the first thing you notice if you play it. You'd be like, what is, no, that's not, now, like, I don't own one, but I'm like, that's not where that's supposed to go. If some, like, that's not, it was, now you've never seen one. Like,
I know what they look like, but.
Like horizontal in your house.
We don't even have it. Like, I have hers standing up. Like, I'm not going to lay it down. It's dumb.
Oh, I was just sitting there looking. I'm like, what? You get paid? I don't want, when any like high exec person gets fired, and how could I lose my? I know you did something stupid that is very, very small. Oh, I was just watching like, how could that actually happen? And they also said something about Battlefield 2042 news. You might enjoy. We'll see here. Calm down. It says cloud computing bring big changes to first-person shooters in just a couple of years. DICE GM says. The major cloud computing has really changed a bunch in the industry, and the gaming has barely touched it. So if you think about games like Battlefield, we have things like AI now in the game, destruction, actual procedural level creation, which is that's interesting.
Sounds crazy. The hell?
Because DICE hasn't been procedurally generated. So what part, like the levels are procedural? Like what exactly does he mean by that?
Yeah.
And the next gen consoles, they are super powerful. But if we move much of that logic into the cloud, we can do some really high scale computing that we haven't been able to do in the past. Destruction, visual fidelity, I think is a couple of years away, and then you'll start to see some pretty cool shooter games out there, I'd imagine, but we'll see. So maybe the next Battlefield game? What does that mean? I don't understand.
Oh, God, man, the Battlefield, I can't wait. Jesus Christ.
I know it looks good.
And then there's rumors that it could be on the fucking Game Pass? You kidding me?
I think eventually it will be, but not when it first comes out. Well, because all of the EA Play games are on there. Like I think
You're a bitch.
I think UFC 4 just got on there, and that's been out for a little while. So, you can't have everything on the Game Pass.
Yeah, it all.
But there's so many games on Game Pass. Oh, I played that. Okay, I want to talk to you about that mech game. Was it Mech Warrior 5 Assault?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how old is the game? Is it an older game?
I don't think so.
Okay, it looks the first person mode, the graphics look good, but then when I get into the mech, it feels like an old 360 game to me.
That's interesting because I didn't get that feeling.
Really yeah, it feels. It just I like how you move your bottom legs, and the top part that's different. But I just kept thinking that the mechs in Titanfall are way more fun to play around with. So I'm.
But these MechWarriors, they're a lot bigger than the Titanfalls. Like they would smash them. Like
I'm not
they're
saying,
a lot heavier.
Okay, comic book nerd, who would win in a fight, Iron Man or Thor? I'm not talking about who would win in the fight here. I'm just talking about the overall fun of being in it.
Yeah, you're just a bitch.
So I don't know. It's because you have 3 attacks. I played a few levels, and you play the first, and then the corny cutscene at the beginning where your father dies. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that where he dies.
The cutscenes are in game. Like certain parts of the cutscene would be really cool looking, and then other times it'd be and I'm like, I can't care about why. Okay, first of all, if you have a father-son relationship in a game and then your father dies, you have to give me time to like my father and have a connection with my father. I don't have that. I don't have you. I sit through a training mission, and with the training mission, and then my father dies. And I'm like, wait, what? Oh, wait, I'm in that mech. Okay, so that whole sequence should have been me playing it.
Yeah, that whole little,
Yeah, that's it. And then like my decision, the dad was like, we shouldn't go over there. We should head back to this HQ or whatever. And you're like, oh, well, we should go over there so we can scavenge some stuff. It'll be fine. No, nothing will happen. And then your dad dies. And then so instead, like you dealing with it, your decision caused your father to die. He doesn't bring it up at all. It just goes to your mech was damaged. You need to fix it. It's going to take a few weeks. That kind of thing is cool. I like the individual, like the custom break. So if you actually have your left arm like shot, you have to repair it.
And takes a certain amount of time.
That's really cool. You have multiple mechs.
Different weapons and all that.
You have actual contracts, so you are a mercenary. So you can negotiate.
Mercenaries, that's what it is.
Yeah, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. That part I liked. That's an interesting thing where you negotiate your contract and your price, and then you have like each thing you have at first I only had one negotiating point, but then in my head I'm thinking, well, your character at the beginning you should select him, and then you should have attributes, and then one of them can be negotiating, and then I should have that. It shouldn't be negotiating points. Like I don't understand. Like in a real negotiation, you don't have negotiating points. You just have tactics or whatever that you negotiate with. You should have the ability. They should. I don't know, but I wanted to like it more, and the weapons didn't feel impactful, and then I don't know, it just didn't. I mean, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna give it another hour or two. If it doesn't hook me, then I'm yeah.
Well, it's fine. That's why we play.
That's why we play. Hitman. I'm on like the 4th or 5th level. I'm trying to do all of the different there's one weird. There's so many different ones. There's one where there's a bio lab. This guy's like making some kind of bio weapon. You have to infiltrate it. There's his mansion that he's living in.
Is that on Games Pass, or do you have to buy it?
I think it was like one of the free-to-play games a while ago, and I downloaded it.
Okay.
I'll look and see if it's on there. But it's so good. Like the way the levels are designed. There's so many different areas of the level.
Yeah, well, okay. I'll say this. I think one of the reasons why I didn't jump into it is because what I saw, the gameplay that I saw, I remember a long time ago, is I thought it was like you really only have the ability. All you're really doing is just getting a bunch of different disguises and then going in and.
Well, you can play it that way, but you can play it like there's different challenges, like beat it in your suit, like just in your suit. suit only. There's different ways to kill the people, like way more multiple ways. There's one city, it's like on the beach. It's like where this nice mansion is, and then the biotech lab is underground. That you have a like a hideaway hotel that you have access to. You go in there and there's like an explosive golf ball. Well,
Cool.
the guy that you are trying to kill, he has a golf lesson that he rotates through. So he'll go.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can, but to get on the ground, you have to become like one of his bodyguards. But then, if you have the golf ball, the bodyguards aren't supposed to have the golf balls in their hands or whatever. Like, so you have to become a gardener. Like I snuck up behind the guy playing. Like he was taking swings with a golf ball with his club, and so you can even become the golf coach. You can become him and then lead him over there and then step away while he swings the exploding golf ball or whatever. But I was like, I wonder if the gardeners can, because you go to place the ball in the bucket and it has an exclamation mark on it, which means people will notice you doing it. But the gardener didn't, because the gardeners find the golf balls and they can put it back in. So it depends like what you're wearing and then what you do like in act. So if you're going into a church, you have to have like church gear on. Or otherwise they're going to see, people are going, hey, whatever. There's one where you're in a morgue. There's a scientist that died because of the biolab. And this other female scientist is going to pay her respects. And there's like a coffin, an open coffin, and you can get in there and lay in it. And then like she walks by and then goes and sees her dead colleague. And then you obviously sneak up behind her. But there's all these different little challenges, because at first when you go in there, you're just worried of you getting close to somebody, you get a disguise, you kill them, and then that's it. But this would be a good game for you to play, especially at work.
Yeah, I'm actually going to look at it right now, see how much it is.
Because you want to go through the thing like each level 4 or 5 times to see the different challenges and stuff like that. I usually try to do it the first time just to see what I can like find out. The first 1 or 2 times I try to do it like naturally, and then you can turn on this thing is like opportunities.
Okay.
And if you walk by a way to get inside, it'll pop up, little icon will pop up, and then you can There's different little like find this or kill so many inflated alligators on the beach. There's all these different little silly challenges, but the cool ones are the ones where you poison somebody's drink, and then they go to the bathroom and you hide in the bathroom and you pop out of the little cupboard and then you drown them in the toilet. Like it's there's so many interesting ways to kill people in this game. I'm really like, and I'm only on the first game, like the 4th level, I think. I was going to try to master all of the levels, but there's so many stupid challenges that I'd be here all day playing this game. So I decided against that. I mastered the first 2 levels. But after that, I'm like, I don't. You should just buy it used. You should buy a Game of the Year edition on, say, Amazon, like a physical copy, and then that way you can sell it afterwards. No. This is like they redid it. So there's the new. It's just called Hitman. There's like a definitive edition on Xbox One, and then there's Hitman 2 and Hitman 3. They're all like $20.
Oh, HD enhanced.
Yeah, there's a definitive edition. No, not HD enhanced. That's the old ones.
The old ones?
Yeah, that's the old ones on the 360.
No, this one says the world's best assassin is back, and now in 4K resolution, 60 frames per second.
Dude, I would go online. If the Xbox One art or whatever is, well, obviously him in a suit, but he's on the left side of it's like his left shoulder, and he's bald and he's looking straight into the camera basically. Here, I'll screen share. What am I doing here? Ray. This is the one you want. See, there's like this definitive edition.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want any because the HD, like this is already HD. So the reason that they have the HD version is because the other one wasn't HD. But I would just go on Amazon. Do you have Amazon Prime? Go on Amazon or on eBay. I do want to see what the price is on eBay because I still have to buy what is it, Hitman 2? after this. I don't know if we should be looking this up during the podcast, though. But, whatever.
It's okay. We're about to wrap it up.
Oh, wrap you up, big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $12 used on eBay. Hitman 2 anyway. No, I wouldn't buy it digitally through the Xbox place because the prices that I saw, they were normal brand new prices.
Well, so this one right here, this one it's $60, but it's $60, but it's I'm pretty sure it's Hitman 1 and Hitman 2. But it says yeah, see, so right here, yeah, so the world's best assassin is back and now in 4K high resolution. So playable for the first time on Xbox One.
That's not it.
How is that not it? What are you talking about?
I know that's not it because I've seen it before, the HD version. It would not have HD in the name. You're getting the first and second Hitman from the original one.
This one, the original Hitman was for the Xbox 360, Chase.
Yeah.
So this right here, playable for the first time.
Actually, it was for PC, the very first one.
This one right here, playable for the first time. So this is the upgraded version. Unless you're talking about there's an upgraded version for this Series X.
No. They had a. I just don't want you to buy the old Hitman game. But it's the upgraded version. But it's not the upgraded version. That's why there's so many different fucking versions and it's confusing.
How is this not if this says and now in 4K high resolution 60 frames per second quality? How is that not the upgraded version? Is there something better than that?
I'm not saying there's something better than that. I'm saying that game and all of the content in the game is from the very first one, the very, very first one, before they rebooted it and started with Hitman, then Hitman 2, Hitman 3.
No, it's Hitman. There's a little.
Does it say when it came out, originally?
Yeah,
you can do the release date.
Yeah, hold on. There you go. Yeah, it was release date 1/10/2019.
2019. Okay, Hitman. Hold on, Hitman. I'll look up a release date for you.
This is playable for Step into the Shoes of Agent 47 once again in Blood Money HD and Absolution HD as you've never seen it before.
See, that doesn't sound like the reboot. Like the reboot. Yeah, I think you're looking at the upgraded version or whatever of the older one.
So I don't. So which version are you playing?
Oh, I get the fucking movie. That's great. I showed it to you.
Yeah, but you're saying
the description of this Hitman, it says play the beginning of Hitman for free and become the master assassin. The first, because I think the first level is free to play. The first location in the game is a secret training facility where players step into the shoes of Agent 47 for the first time and must learn what it takes to become an agent of the International Contract Agency.
Okay, I'll just buy that one. Since I still don't know the difference. I still have no idea what you're trying to say at all.
Send me a picture of what the thing looks like. Or, I would say screen share, but it's not on the screen. Just go on eBay and find a used copy. They have just the disc version for. I like your head.
Where the hell are my goddamn messages? Why is it all the way down here?
Just so upset all the time.
No, I have to sit here and scroll through to find. It's dumb. I shouldn't have to do that. It should be one of the top ones. LinkedIn, Google. No one sends pictures over email anymore.
What'd you send it through? Text or Facebook?
I swear to God, if you don't get it, I swear to God, I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna break your fucking phone, so you have to buy a damn new one. You cheap ass bastard.
Yeah, good thing I saved you. Good thing I saved you, asshole. This is the old shit. Fucking bitch.
I didn't buy it. How was that?
I know.
How is that old? I don't understand.
This is Hitman and Blood Money or whatever, right? Yeah, Blood Money was the second one.
You're still not being clear. I don't know what the difference.
What do you mean the difference? Okay.
So which one are you playing?
Okay, do you know how they have Resident Evil 2 and then Resident Evil 2 like the remake? It's the same thing. And then they have like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4, the HD version, because Resident Evil 4 was originally on the GameCube and it looked like shit compared to now. This is the HD remake version of an old game that was already released. Same content as what it was when it was old.
So they have another first Hitman that has
exactly. This is the problem with renaming things like Battlefield, like Xbox One. They can't make it after Xbox 360 instead of Xbox to Xbox 2 to Xbox 3. It's confusing. When you say original Xbox, like Xbox One, no,
that's weird.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, it just gets confusing when you have so many sequels.
So they have.
Do they have multiple? They have like 4 or 5 old ones. They have Blood Money.
That right there makes me not want to play it.
There's Contracts.
All right, I'm not even gonna. I'm just getting my shoes real quick.
All you gotta do is Xbox One, Hitman, Xbox One, and stop putting it on the Xbox.
Well, right there it said play for the first time on Xbox One.
Well, it is on the first time. This hasn't been available on Xbox One. They remade it.
So when did that one come out? The one that you're playing. When did that one come out?
Let me look that up real quick.
One of the dumbest things I've ever fucking heard. Because you know how easily you know how easily if no one's ever played a Hitman, you know how fucking easily someone could get confused.
Oh, very, 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 very easily. Hitman is a 2016 stealth game that was developed by IO Interactive and was released episodically. The game, which has 6 episodes with 6 levels, basically. Oh, the sun. Oh, Jesus. The sun just came out. The first installment of the World of Assassin trilogy and the successor to Hitman Absolution. Yep, in 2012. The single-player story follows blah, 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 blah. Synopsis, plot, patient zero, origin. Yeah. So it's 2016 is when this new thing started. But this doesn't have anything to do with the other games. Like there's Hitman Absolution, Hitman Contra. Let's talk about game history here. Hitman game history. Maybe that'll clear all of this up. And that way you can get Hitman franchise. There we go. Big papa. What? Okay. Okay. I got it. I got it, Ray. I got it. You ready? So this is what I'm going to screen share this with you. Fucking cats meowing outside. So this is it. Hitman Codename 47 was the very first one in 2000. I've been playing these games since high school. Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, Hitman Contracts, Blood Money, Absolution. Then they redid everything and made Hitman 2016, Hitman 2 in 2018, Hitman 3 in 2021. And then like little spin-off things. So that's what it is. So you were going to buy Blood Money and I think the very first one, or the collection. So you were going to get Contract, Silent Assassin, and Codename, and then Blood Money.
Absolution was in there as well.
Oh, Absolution is in there? But these games aren't as integral, if that's a word, as these new ones.
So I want to buy
2016 Hitman.
2016.
Yes.
I don't want to buy it anymore.
I don't want to. I'm turned off by all this. I don't want to buy it. See, and it's those little things like that can stop a person from buying a game. Like, what? Why are there so many? I don't want to have to learn this history.
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué, por favor? I don't understand. Do you buy things on eBay or no?
Not really. I don't know. eBay. Obviously, I've heard. Obviously, because I know like regular people sell eBay, go on to eBay, and so I'm like real skeptical.
It's all fully guaranteed.
If a product is not what the seller.
Yeah, and you can look up the history of the seller and their ratings.
Makes sense.
You can do that. There's here, I'll show you. Look.
Chase, I gotta go.
Oh, do you? Yeah, see, it's $10 here, and this is the gold edition, which gets all the extra DLC stuff. There's like crazy collector's editions, but this just means this is what he's putting up there for it, and you can buy it now, and that price is always more. but like $18. It depends on what exactly. This is all new. Like look at these people that put crazy shit just to see if people will buy it. And that's what's funny about it. They have all these copies, but you'll find like normal $11. You just have to kind of scroll through it. You can find really good deals.
I will.
And then sometimes you can say they'll have a like or best offer, and no one's buying it, and you can put like $2 or $3 below their asking price. So it's pretty good. But anyways, get out of here because you've been doing other stuff for 15 minutes. I'm trying to help you out with Hitman.
I figured it out. You
figured it out? Okay, figured it out.
Yeah. I take all. Okay.
You did it all yourself.
That's fine. Just end it.
Oh, I wish I could end this friendship.
We're not friends. We haven't been friends for a long time.
That's, first of all, I'm the one that's supposed to say we're not friends, okay? And then you're supposed to be sad. I don't like it when the roles are. Thank you. The roles are reversed. Anyways, this has been another episode of the Video Games and Nonsense podcast. I'm Chase Carter. That's Raymond Woods, and we appreciate you guys for watching. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah.
I remember